why going into Texas would Quinton be able to overtake Jordan?
Every rep starts with fuel. Helix cream of rice, clean carbs, zero sugar, fast digesting energy that hits quick, fuels hard, and never sits heavy. 27 grams of pure carb power, nothing but rice and real flavor. Proudly made in Canada, built for champions. Grab yours now with code MuscleDiscord. Helix Foods, fuel the work, own the stage.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Muscle Discord, and I'm going to do a Jordan Hutchinson versus Quinton Beastwood versus episode, plus a 2025 Texas Pro. Who's going to win? All in one, 2 for 1 in this episode. All right, so we're going to go pose for pose. Why I have the particular individual winning the pose. And again, like I said, I'm going to lead into the Texas Pro, who I think is going to win this show and why this person should win the show. So let's go through the poses. Right now, we're just hitting the front relaxed. And by the way, I give the front relaxed to Jordan Hutchinson over Quinton. Quinton's shoulders are a little pinched up too high there. This looks a little awkward how he's hitting that. He just needs to drop it down like Jordan is, because it's the front relaxed. It's supposed to be relaxed in this pose, Quinton. So a little tip there. Drop those shoulders down a little bit because they're just a little bit overwhelming for his physique there. Okay, so let's go into the first pose, front double bicep. We're going to break this one down, pause it. Now, right away, just look at the nice shape and lines for Quinton in this pose. He, like I said in a previous video I made, I think Quinton has the best front double bicep in the IFBB Pro League right now. That says a lot, right? Jordan can improve this pose by raising his arms like Quinton is, just slightly elevating them, give it a little bit of a more of a flare to the pose. And he could try and hit it like Quinton is by flaring out one leg to the side, like Quinton is doing, versus just a straight on, dead, straight on pose like Jordan is doing. Maybe Jordan could potentially push Quinton in this pose, but right now I'm giving that to Quinton. Then we got the next pose here. Front lat spread. Let's let him get into it. Okay, fully into it. Okay, so front lat spread. I give this to Jordan. Guys, leave a comment below if you disagree on this one or any of the poses that I give a certain athlete to. The quads big and round and full here for Jordan. The chest is big, round, and full. This the shape, the symmetry to the pose, the hardness to the muscle, the conditioning. All those factors are getting the green check mark in the box for me. Quinton, look at the chest. It's shallow in the chest. He needs to develop that chest more. The delts, they almost look overdeveloped for his physique because his chest is on the weaker side for his physique. Quads look really, really good. Great separation, conditioning from the front here on Quinton. The waistline, very sharp, very tight on Quinton. So I give the front lat spread to Jordan Hutchinson. That's a pose that can look very good on Quinton in the future if he improves the chest and works on those delts and get them lower in that pose. Okay, side chest. Giving this one to Jordan Hutchinson. You can just see the chest itself is much larger. There's taking up a lot more space here compared to Quinton's. So it's a bigger chest. It's fuller, as you saw in the front lat spread. The side quad, bigger. The hamstrings, you can see hang down more on Jordan versus Quinton. So Quinton's giving up this pose because he's lacking in some of the key areas, which is the chest, and then also in the hamstring here as well. I like the way Quinton hits this pose, but he's just missing the hamstring in this pose. Good side quad detail. Jordan looks complete head to toe here, very symmetrical in this pose. So I'm giving the side chest to Jordan on this one. All right, let's go to the money shots, the back shots. Back double bicep. Let me pause it right when everyone's set. Okay. You guys leave a comment below. Who's winning this pose and why? I'm giving this one to Jordan. Top to bottom, the hamstring thickness, the glute separation, conditioning, the lower back detail, conditioning, the separation throughout the upper back, it's just better on Jordan. And then it's more streamlined, it's more complete and symmetrical, where Quinton's got higher lat insertion. He is holding water back, the lower back here for Quinton. He's not as sharp in the glutes and the hamstrings. He's got a huge gap here between the hamstrings. He needs to fill that gap in. He's got to add some more muscle back there, right? If he's want to compete with, Nick Walker and those guys that have crazy hamstrings, it's just not there. So, and you can see a little bit of the shaking, like you see how this right there in the glute area where it's kind of shaking. He's not super, there's still water back there. So Quinton can sharpen up, even in the lower back, you see there's water, it's shaking. There's shaking back there. So he needs to drop water. But if he drops the water, lat spread also goes to, I didn't pause it in time, but lat spread also goes to Jordan. It's the same thing. He wins from the hamstring, glute area conditioning, and then his back is wide. It's symmetrical throughout his body. Where Quinton lacks a little in the lower portion of his back, he needs to fill that out more as well. So both those shots go to Jordan in the back, side tricep. Now, in my opinion, this is where Quinton comes back a little bit, and I think he wins this pose because Jordan's letting that stomach hang out a little bit. I think he can blow out some air and suck his stomach in a little bit more. He looks good in the side tricep, like his chest is better in a sense because he's got a bigger chest. The tricep might be a little bit bigger on Quinton, and I just like the way Quinton looks in his pose. It's just a nice, because he's got a tight waist. Your eye gets drawn to the midsection right away, and I can see in Jordan he's letting that pop out a little bit. So I give the side tricep to Jordan on this one, to Quinton on the side tricep. Abs and thigh. Everyone gets set in there. Yeah, set. Okay. I give this one to Quinton right away. It's the tight waist. You see Jordan's waist is a little thicker than Quinton's in this pose. Although Jordan's quads look nice and round and full here, but it's just a beautiful shot for Quinton. So right away, I'm giving that pose to Quinton Beastwood on that. Most muscular. Who looks more muscular in this pose? Jordan Hutchinson, hands down, looks more muscular. Quinton's big, got big delts, but the conditioning isn't seen throughout the chest. There's no cuts and striations in the chest. Got good separation in the quads, but Jordan's got everything. He's complete head to toe. That's a phrase I keep using when I describe Jordan Hutchinson, is that he's complete head to toe. The quads, the chest, the delts, the arms, abs, the conditioning, the vascularity, the muscle hardness, the density. It's all there on Jordan Hutchinson. So at the end of the day, it's 5 poses to 3 for Jordan out of the 8 mandatory poses that I'm giving this to. Guys, if you disagree, leave a comment below. Now, going into Texas this weekend, I am predicting that Jordan Hutchinson is going to win the Texas Pro. And why do I say that? I say that because he's done the work. The judges have seen him up close in person. He was ahead by 1 point in prejudging at Tampa. Then by the finals, he dried out and he was ahead by 5 points in the finals for a total of 6-point spread for this show in Tampa. So why, going into Texas, would Quinton be able to overtake Jordan? Even if Quinton tightens up the lower back, the glutes, the chest looks a little bit more cut, I just don't think Quinton he's not going to grow his hamstrings in 4 days. He's not going to grow his chest better in 4 days, right? He's not going to fill the gap in between his hamstrings in 4 days. So to me, Jordan is coming into this Texas Pro with the advantage because he's hometown. He's there. He's comfortable. He's in his zone, and he knows what he needs to do to tighten up and dry out better for prejudging in Texas, so he can maintain a larger gap for prejudging and then into the finals. And he should be able to kind of maintain that 5-6 point spread over Quinton. Unless something drastic happens to Jordan and he just looks terrible and watery and misses his peak, then Quinton can win. What I hope doesn't happen is that because Jordan is already qualified for the 2025 Mr. Olympia, that the pressure isn't there on the judges to be like, well, we love to see Quinton at the show. He's popular. You know, he's got a great physique. It would be great to see him at the Olympia. No, I think the best man should win. And I think the judges will stay true to it. They've been doing a very good job and calling it right, in my opinion, on most of the shows, aside from the Portugal Pro. I'll call that one out. But other than that, man, they've been spot on. So I hope they stay consistent here and that the best man wins at the end of the day. And we'll leave it there. If you guys disagree with my assessment on why Jordan should still carry on to Texas and win based off how he performed in Tampa, then let me know in the comments below. All right, guys, I'll leave it there. I'll wrap it up. And guys, remember to, again, leave your comments, leave your opinion. I want to know. And please like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.